course, I know you want to talk about this, so we're going to go over to the political scene.
Yes.
Wax poetic on Barack Obama for us, Nick Mayon. If we can get camera one, the shot on the man, the myth, the legend.
I believe that this country is due for a change, and we will see that change in Barack Obama. He is the answer. Now, as for if he's the answer right now in this current, like right when he gets elected, I don't know. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. But what we do have to remember is it is within the term of his presidency if he should win. That's all I'm saying.
Now, how long does it take before Barack makes a real change? How long do you think before Barack Obama, if he's elected, makes a change?
I give Barack Obama a year.
A year? A year? Wow.
You get in, see what the problem is. Obviously, people are saying we're facing a depression. Obviously, eventually, that's what people are saying.
Facing a depression, take some Prozac for it.
Prices are going up.
The rodeo clown in the back there, the one pressing the buttons on the camera, just booed us. He's booing us off the stage after giving that horrible one. Not a match. The board goes back. Continue, Nick.
Well, what do you think? Give me your opinion on Barack.
He's looking good so far. Can't complain much about him. Again, we have to wait and see if he gets elected, though. I think he's going to be a good candidate. I'm not going to endorse a candidate here. It's too early for me. You got to wait and see who all comes out of the woodwork. And I'm a registered independent, so I look at all the candidates. I look at all of them,
well,
including the libertarians. But you got to look at everybody. I'm not going to call it right now. But I think the real question now is, who do you choose? Or who do McCain and Barack choose as their vice presidential running mates? We're going to start off, we're going to leave Barack aside a little bit because we have some names there. In the Republican Party, though, who does John McCain have that he could possibly put on his ticket? Some people around here have been talking about Bobby Jindal. Too young, too inexperienced. It's not his time yet. He's only been governor, what, 5 months? I don't think it's his time yet. Who else in the Republican Party is there? Can you think of anybody on the in the Republican Party that might be able to run with John McCain, that he might be able to put on his ticket with name recognition that could sway some votes over from Democrats?
That's funny that you mentioned Bobby Jindal, which we all know is in a heated debate now.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Stick to the question first. I'm gonna play.
Running mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Tim Russert. Bless his heart. For a little bit. Who do you think?
I honestly cannot say.
Okay, we'll go back.
Honestly cannot.
Let's go over to the Barack side. Of course, you have the obvious name there. You have Hillary Clinton.
Of course.
Then you have John Edwards still hanging around. You have other names floating around. Even Carolyn Kennedy, who's now helping Barack search for his vice president. Who do you think Barack should choose? Who do you think will give him the edge come election time?
There was speculation that right when Hillary put in her resignation, people were like, well, she should be his VP. Then you had the other side of the spectrum of people saying, well, she's trying to sabotage Barack Obama.
Right.
She's trying to make her voters go for the other person or make them say, don't go for Barack.
Yeah.
I think that if you take two powerhouses, on one side you have Hillary, on one side you have Barack, and you put them together, egos aside, I think it would benefit the Democratic Party.
I still think Hillary's too risky, though.
Yeah.
Hillary's too risky. I go John Edwards. He's got the likability, he has the appeal, and he can sway the voters, the South and the so-called blue-collar workers that voted for Hillary or other people in the primaries. You get John Edwards on your ticket, you still got someone that many Democrats like, while how do I put this? It's not Hillary. I think Hillary's already messed herself up.
You think?
After all she said about Barack, I don't see why he would give her the time of day right now. At least John Edwards never opened his mouth. Now, John Edwards claims he doesn't want to be vice president. He never sought it. I think he's been conspicuous by his absence the last few months, and I think right now he's candidate number one. Hillary, no, I don't see it happening. Carolyn Kennedy, possibly. Again, because JFK's daughter. She's helping him. She's helping him look for his vice presidential candidate might be right there under his nose in that search party. Carolyn Kennedy, sure, might not have much political experience as it is in Congress or anywhere else, but you got the name recognition, you got Kennedy, and people like their Kennedys.
Yes, they do.
It possibly could work out, but I still would go John Edwards. I think John Edwards right now is the best bet in terms of likability, experience, and having someone there. I hate using the Hillary Clinton term. Should something happen, would be able to take over and would still be able to have the nation under his wing. Now, going back to Bobby Jindal, a topic that's been or a controversy, if you will, that's been in the news the last few days. People wanting their pay raise. And I know you out there, you watching right now, want to call in 232-4434. Want your pay raises, but you're not going to get it. The Louisiana State Legislature, though, trying to give themselves, at first trying to triple their pay raise, now it's settling okay. I know it's a little, that was overdoing it. We'll double our pay raise, though. Why? Why? Don't give me this excuse that
to make the job interesting.
Not to make the job interesting, but to get people wanting to do the job. Look, people are going to run for office. They're going to run for office regardless what the pay is. Don't give me this junk that, oh, we need to raise our salary because the average person doesn't want to work for the money. If he tries to leave his job and tell his boss, I'm going work for Congress, I want my job in a few months when I return or whenever it might be, they're going to kick him aside. Look, you're out there to serve the people, not for a full-time, full-paid job. You're already getting health benefits. You're getting insurance. Stick to your salary. Look, $16,000 for a legislator. Sure, it's small. Raise it 25 even, but doubling, going to 30, going to 32, 34, and then, or excuse me, doubling to 32, and then the original plan tripling it. It was going up to 54, I think, was the original proposal. No, it wasn't 64. It was 64? In the 50s. It was 54. It's absolutely asinine.
I tell you what I do like.
What?
I do like the fact that Bobby Jindal has expressed his disapproval of the bill.
But what does that do if he's not going to veto this
No, he said if it gets to him, he can't do anything about it. He has to approve it.
Right, and he's saying that he's using the excuse that they're gonna shoot down my legislation if I veto this. Look, you said you're gonna stand up to lawmakers making bad legislation or doing things to benefit themselves. Put your foot down on this, Bobby. So what if they veto your plans? If you veto your plans, you got a legitimate excuse, dude.
Well,
you can say, hey, not my fault. Look at your greedy legislators. Jindal doesn't want to get in a Buddy Roemer situation or for those of you in Lafayette, a Kenny Bowen situation where he's butting heads all the time with the state Congress. But considering our tax dollars can go to better places such as roads, school books, teacher pay raises.
Yes, indeed.
Fireman pay raises, police pay raises. The lawmaker's going to pad their own pockets.
There are a lot of hardworking people that could get raises.
In the words of a great man, that's a Travis Shamockery. It's a Travis Shamockery.
Well said, Ian. Well said.
And for those of you who do want to call in and join us, you can. The number is up there on the screen, 232-4434. When you get that little automated when you get that voice message telling you, welcome to Acadiana Open Channel, dial extension 207. You'll get to the rodeo clown who's running the show tonight, and no kidding, he is a real rodeo clown. He will put you through, hit the switchboard, and you'll get on the air. For those of you who want to email us, for those of you new schoolers who don't deal with the phone anymore, you can email us. The address is 124emain@gmail.com. Again, that's 124emain@gmail.com. Was that, Sam?
124emain@something.com.
At gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
At gmail.com. That is right.
Professionally set up in 2 minutes.
Yeah, professionally set up in all of 2 minutes. The 2 minutes before we took the air.